Tom,
That's Rich.
and this is just another bullshit show.
And as you can see, we're still doing the socially distant thing this week, recording on Zoom and shit, which is cool. It's all good. I'm in my little home studio here.
Yeah, I'm in my house robe again, and,
You
chilling in
lazy
the
son
living
of a
room.
bitch.
Yeah, once I get home, I'm damn lazy. But,
Hey, man, ain't nothing wrong with that. So, yeah, this week's show was your idea, so tell us what we're talking about today, sir.
we are talking about video games and video game franchises that are widely popular the world over that we're just not into. And it's not that, we hate anything. It's just, yeah, we're just not into it. Well, at least I don't hate.
I
You
was going to
probably
say,
do.
speak for yourself. I hate some of these motherfuckers.
Yeah, well, you're
Actually, no, I shouldn't
so
say. I shouldn't say
horrible.
I hate the games themselves. I hate hearing about them because they're so popular. You see them everywhere. It's like, stop. I'm tired of hearing about the shit. I don't like it.
Yeah, I mean, every game on my list I have played numerous times, tried different years. I don't know. I just can't get into some of them. So
Yeah, same thing for most of mine. I've at least tried most of them. There's a couple on here I haven't tried, but I'm just sick of hearing about the franchise and yeah. So
yeah,
whatever.
so yeah, just no interest. It's overwhelmed by media and hype
It's
and stuff. So I get it.
overexposed, I guess, basically would be
There you
probably
go.
the best word. So, yeah, why don't you start us off? What do you got for your first one out the gate here?
I'm gonna go with a game that is relatively new, as in the last handful of years, and it's gotten such a following. And like working for the park district, I see a lot of kids, but also I know tons of adults who play this, and it's Fortnite.
Mm.
I am not a fan of it. It's just I don't get it. Okay, I run around third person, I build things, you acquire weapons, and then the last person standing, and it looks like a cartoon, which is fine, but I don't know. I just don't get this love for Fortnite. People have lost their minds for it. It's like a whole freaking thing, and they have seasons on it, and you get different skins, and I understand that, respect it, but I don't enjoy the game at all. Tried more than a handful of times. Finished in the top 5 once, maybe. Oh, side note, real quick here. I've been playing video games since like 1983, but I know I'm not good at video games. I love playing them. I own a ton of them from every system genre. I play games, but I'm just not that good. So that could be one of the reasons why some of these games I don't like. But either way, yeah, Fortnite, not a fan. They can, yeah.
Yeah, I've heard of Fortnite. I've never played it. I know it's real big with kids and stuff. And same thing, I've been playing games since the early 80s, but I'm not a gamer, so to speak. I'm very particular about games that I like to play. I do not like multiplayer games. I prefer a game that I can just play solo, play a storyline, enjoy myself, and that's it. So I'm very particular about my games. And yeah, all the hype around Fortnite, like I said, I've never played it. I don't get it.
Cool. So what's the game for you, sir?
All right. I like I said before we started recording here, I'm coming out guns blazing on this one. This is a franchise that I think is universally loved, and one that I've played some of the games. They're okay, but I don't get all of the hype around this whole franchise. Mario.
Wow. Okay.
And I'm talking the entire Mario franchise going all the way back to the original Donkey Kong.
Okay.
I mean, I played Donkey Kong on the Atari when I was like 6 years old. It was cool, jumping over barrels and, all this kind of stuff. And, I liked the original Super Mario Brothers for the original Nintendo system. That was kind of cool, But, I mean, the whole premise of Mario is this goddamn princess keeps getting kidnapped either by a giant fucking monkey or a giant fucking turtle. Okay, she's supposed to be a princess. You'd think she'd have some kind of security, but no. Who do they send to save her? A goddamn plumber. Just the premise of the games is ridiculous.
it, and you're right, but it's just funny because I think when these games were created, they didn't really look at it in that perspective. Like, oh, they made a story. Okay, fine, create the game. And the gameplay was fun, and they went along with that. And then they had to stick with that type of story. Now games come up with these elaborate stories and different things and outtakes and all this other stuff they come up with. I'm not going to agree with you on this, even though, again, I'm not great at them. I love the Mario games, majority of them. But as we get later on in the lists, I think the Mario games, just like a lot of other games, they do too much now. There's too much going on.
Yeah, and it's just too much. I mean, you talk about overexposed and oversaturation in the market. I mean, you can't turn around without seeing something about Mario, from Donkey Kong all the way up through what is it, Mario Kart. I mean, it's just it's crazy, you know, the
Well,
amount of shit that's out there that with Mario in it.
oh, there's well over 100 titles of Mario games, spanning all the systems of Nintendo and everything. Tons of stuff that, Mario Paint and Mario Galaxy and Dr. Mario, which is their Tetris take. I mean, there's tons.
Mm-hmm.
It was a name. It's sold, and it still sells. So we're
Yeah.
gonna have Mario until the end of time for video games.
Yeah, I don't hate Mario. Like I said, I like the original Donkey Kong. I like the first Super Mario Brothers. It's just I'm not one who's like, ooh, there's a new Mario thing coming out, I gotta get it. No, the first couple games were okay. After that, I just kind of tuned out. So yeah, Mario, my first one out the gate.
To go along with that early video game, um, big market stuff, Zelda.
Yep, I actually got Zelda on my list too.
Again, tried plenty of them, found some enjoyment, but this undying love for this franchise is just kind of okay. I'm gonna go to this little world, or I need to get this little thing. Again, it's an RPG basically,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm not into RPGs. I don't enjoy the constant, like, I want to do, like you were saying, I want to do the missions, all these side things to find this, to make this mission easier, and then you can't complete this main mission unless you do this side mission to get this special sword. But to do that, you got to travel 9 ways out of the map and this and that, and it's just like, oh my god, can I just play the game and not walk around and when you run into an enemy, and then it's like, oh Jesus. So yeah, Zelda, again, they some cool games. Again, I played the stuff on 64, original Nintendo games. But as I've gotten older, it's just like, bro, I'm good. I collect retro games now and stuff. I'm good. I don't got no Zelda. Fuck all that shit. Don't
Yeah,
need it.
yeah, I could never get into Zelda either. The only Zelda I ever even tried was on the original Nintendo back in the day, and I just was not a fan, so I never got into them. So yeah, I'll agree with you on that one. So my next one of the huge video game
Sorry,
franchise,
pouring a beer.
yeah, huge video game franchises out there. My kid loves this one. He's got every game that's come out under this banner, and that's Call of Duty. I'm not a fan of first person shooters to begin with. Just throw that out there. So, but yeah, I mean, I tried playing like a few of the early ones, like the original Call of Duty and World at War and even Modern Warfare. And the stories are cool and everything. It's just, as it goes along, it's like the stories get more watered down and convoluted. And now it seems like, at least from what my kid tells me, it's like, when a new game comes out, it's more so geared toward the online stuff, the multiplayer stuff, and the actual story mode. It's there, but it's very brief. Like, that's not the main point of the game, which for me, like I said, that's what I like about most games. That just kind of kills it for me. So yeah, Call of Duty, definitely not my cup of tea.
I didn't really get into Call of Duty until Modern Warfare 2 on a 360. Great story. Again, I enjoy campaigns. I like the stories. I think your son is right. As the years have gone on, the stories are shorter. They're not as difficult. I believe there was one year recently they didn't even have like a campaign mode. I can't remember which one it was.
Mm-hmm.
But from Modern Warfare 2 on, I've gotten it. I got into it and playing online. I'm playing the newest one now online. So I can get your gripe with the franchise completely. It is now totally geared towards multiplayer. They got their Fortnite wannabe Warzone, which I don't play at all, which they push on you and you have to download it. And it's like, okay, take up gigabytes in my system for something I'm not even going to mess with. But I can understand where you're coming from. It took me a while to get into that style of game, but I can respect that. You know.
And maybe part of my gripe with it is I used to, when my son was a lot younger, like he started playing Call of Duty games with World at War on PS3 when he was very young, and
Yeah.
we would play like the 2-player things, and this kid would snipe me from 300 yards away when he's like 5 years old. So it's like, well, fuck this, I don't want to play. I'm a grown ass man. I'm getting like taken out with headshots by a 5-year-old. So
Again, man, the generations, man, these kids are growing up. Their hand-eye coordination with gaming and different things is, pardon me, completely different. Like, could you imagine, like, if the Atari came out and it had an analog stick?
oh my god.
Like, instead of the long stick with the one red button? Like, oh my God, it would. We weren't ready for that. These kids are brought into a life where they're quicker. I ain't gonna lie. It is what it is. But
Yeah, I mean, when we started playing games, it was just forward, backward, jump. That was it. That was the game.
yeah, I mean, maybe the on the Atari the button wasn't jump, it was shoot.
Yeah, but those were your only options. You could move in one of 2 directions usually, sometimes 4 directions if you were lucky, and either jump or shoot. That was it. That was your games, and we loved them.
Yeah. Yes, but I feel you. I can understand the gripe of Call of Duty. For mine, to keep with the RPG thing, Final Fantasy franchise.
Mm-hmm.
So many games, and again, I'm not saying they're bad games. It's just not for me. The turn-based, some of them have the turn-based, like, oh, I'm going to throw this at you and pause, and then that person blocked it, the computer, and then they throw something at me and knock off this many hit points, and then I got to try and hit point them back. And then you walk around, you find a clue, and then, oh, look, here's a battle that pops out of nowhere. It's like, well, shit, I don't got any health left, and then you got to and the stories, I wasn't into the story. Just like, I don't get what's going on. Like, I love fantasy stuff. I love Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, multiple of other things, but I don't get Final Fantasy. I don't get the fact that it's been going on from the original Nintendo to now, and they remake so many of these games, and the games take 900 freaking hours to complete. I don't need that shit. That's just too much.
Yeah, Final Fantasy. I've actually never played a Final Fantasy game, but I've heard people talk about it. It's like it just doesn't sound appealing to me. Like one of my buddies in high school was a big Final Fantasy guy, and he would tell me about all this stuff. I'm like, dude, I really don't care. It sounds boring as shit. So
That's kind of the thing. You walk around, you maybe discover something, and if you do you need it? Do you not need it? Does it improve your health? Does it improve your attack? Who knows? Oh, wait, there's something else. And then you get attacked by something that's killing you. It's like, well, you needed to go back to find a thing that can help kill that big spider. And it's like, well, how long do you walk around in a fucking game to find things? To me, it's, again, no offense to anyone who does it. God bless you that you can do that, but I don't want to wander for hours upon hours upon hours upon hours and hours more to find a dagger to kill the super wasp at the gateway to the next level. Like, fuck you, I'm done.
yeah, I'd have to go along with that. So yeah, my next one here is another one that I would say has fallen off, but when it first came out, it was like massively popular, and that's Guitar Hero.
Oh, wow, surprised.
I just never, I tried playing the Guitar Hero games, and it's like I couldn't do it. Which is kind of weird because I can actually play a real guitar, but I couldn't get into these games. You know, it's like, okay, I got the buttons and the little flippy thing, and fuck this, give me a real guitar. You know. And I mean, it got so huge. I mean, they even had a Metallica Guitar Hero game
Yeah.
and all this stuff, but it's like I just couldn't get into it. And I don't know, it never made sense to me. It's like, why not? Why you want to play this game? Why not just learn to play a real guitar? It requires the same kind of hand-eye coordination. You know, learn to play this shit for real. I don't get it, and I'm sounding old as fuck right now with that one, but but
Nah, bro.
just, you know, Guitar Hero, Band Hero, all that shit. It's like, pick up a real instrument.
I feel you. There was a reluctance on me as well. This is one that I've played and I own multiple of them that I will still go through. I'll play my Beatles one, and the wifey and I will play different versions of things where I'm singing and she's playing. She's actually really good with the guitar bass on the Guitar Hero. But I can see there was an oversaturation of the market, and there was just so much. And there is the whole, I mean, I remember seeing something on MTV, I forgot what band it was, and they couldn't play their song on Guitar Hero. They're like, I can't do this.
Yeah,
So
because like the actual guitar chords doesn't translate to the controller.
yeah, so they're thinking like, oh, okay, like they're gonna know the beat, they can get it, but nope, they couldn't do it. I forgot who it was. This is, early 2000s, whatever band it was. So it's a different skill set because I play the guitar,
Mm-hmm.
so I immediately thought too, I'm gonna kill at this game.
Yeah, no.
Nah, I mean I'm okay, but like I said, my wife way better. Like she'll hit every fucking note in the song, and I'm like, well, I'm gonna go pick up the guitar and play that fucking song. But I can feel you. Again, oversaturation, it was everywhere, hence why it died out. I mean, they had DJ Hero, which I had as well and tried, and
Oh God,
I
really?
didn't, yeah, it was okay, but again, it was weird because you had the turntable and it had buttons on there, so you had to press the button and then spin it a certain way. And I don't know if that's more in line with what a DJ does, because I'm not a DJ. I just,
Yeah, I have no idea.
I mean, I understand what they do, but the buttons on the record is a little weird thing. Like,
Yeah.
oh. So, but I get you. I can feel you on that. I respect it. Like I said, we still play ours, but let's see. I did that one, that one. Um, I think I'm gonna do a combo here.
Okay.
Because they're kind of similar, but kind of not. They both deal with history. They kind of have RPG elements.
Oh, I think I know where this is headed.
One has way more entries than the other, way more games. But I'm going Red Dead Redemption and Assassin's Creed.
Yep, I saw the Assassin's Creed coming. Okay.
Funny thing for me is I love history. So these games I thought like, yo, Old West times, and Assassin's Creed has gone through eons of history. They got Egypt, they got London, they got early American history. They got tons of games, and I'm like, these games are for me. Red Dead, I'm like, cool. I'm a cowboy. You just fucking walk around, and again, there's like, you have to upgrade this, and then you're doing the main story again. You want to just do the story, and you can't because you need to do the side mission to find this satchel that has this mole skin that you need to upgrade your revolver, or your fucking blade needs a new grip. And it's just like, and then half the time, like you're trying not to alert the authorities or the guys looking for you, and you barely bump into someone. Everyone's aware of you, and it's like, well, fuck. I can't just shoot everybody. What the hell? And everyone's around you, and you're fucking dead, and you got to restart. And it's like, it's annoying. Again,
Yeah.
I think they're great games. I get it, but they're not for me, and it pisses me off because they're history. I mean, maybe not factual, but they deal with history, and I love history. I thought about being an archaeologist as a kid. I'm not
Yep, same
blaming her.
here.
I'm not blaming Indiana Jones. Because I really thought I was going to have a whip and a cool hat and running around the world. But yeah, man, Red Dead and Assassin's Creed, I so wanted to get into them. But again, games that have too much going on. And I really dislike games where you barely, you have to sneak so much.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
then, yeah, you got authorities or whatever. And it's just like, and then the whole mission's fucked because you can't kill everybody because it's like the whole fucking town coming at you. So then you
Mm-hmm.
got to run and hide somewhere and wait until your level goes down. And then you wait some more. Then you walk in, hey, that's that guy. Oh, fuck. Just,
No, yeah, I'm right there with you. Like Assassin's Creed, like you said, I thought they looked when the first one came out, it looked so cool, and I played the first one, and I didn't even finish the first one because it got to the point exactly what you were saying. You got to sneak so much, and it's like you can't walk at normal speed. You got to do that stealth walk where you're moving literally like a snail. It's like, fuck this! I ain't got time for this shit. Just let me play the game.
yeah, it's like, again, that's the progression of video games as they've gone on through the years, is they've gotten so intricate that they have this. And some people our age have dove in and kept going with it. And there's plenty of games that I've done that are like that, where I have to sneak, like a Splinter Cell or something, where it kept me engaged. So it's not that I can't play these games. It's just these certain franchises, certain things, I get lost. I'm just like, I'm done. It
Yeah,
doesn't
it's just
hold
like you
me.
said. It's too much. And especially with Assassin's Creed, because there's so many of those damn games now between all the different systems and the handhelds, and there's specific versions for this system, and they all tie in together. So if you don't have every system, you don't know the whole story that's going on.
Yeah, there is so much with that. I mean, it's, again, I mean, even the pirate one, Black Flag, I thought, I'm going to get into this. And I barely complete a mission in these games. I mean, the one I did the most was the one in London. I don't even know what it was. And I got to a certain point, and it was like, I couldn't go to the next mission, the main mission, because I needed to complete 2 or 3 other side missions first. I'm like, I finally got into one, and now I can't complete it because you have to sidetrack me. Fuck you. I'm
Right.
done.
Yeah, I definitely feel you on that. Same thing with Red Dead. I tried getting into that, and it's cool concept, cool game. I just not for me,
Yeah.
So, all right. So my next one here, where was I at here? Let's see. You took Zelda, you took Final Fantasy. I'm gonna go with, you talk about over saturation. It's not so bad now, but a few years ago it was like you could not turn around without seeing something about this fucking franchise, and it drove me nuts. Pokemon. I've never played any Pokemon games. I've never owned any Pokemon anything, no cards, no nothing. I'm so sick of hearing about it. It's like just the overexposure of it turned me off to all of it. I had never had any desire to even find out what the games are about or what the point of them is.
I can feel that they kind of blew up there here in America in the late '90s, mid '90s. And then a couple years ago, you had that mobile game, Pokemon Snap, was it, or what was it? I
Pokemon
can't remember.
Go or some shit like
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
People walking around with
like
their phones trying and
yeah, yeah.
doing
I
whatever
worked
the
for the
fuck
park.
they got to do.
Yeah,
What?
I had people walking in the building like, "There's a Pokemon in here." Like, all right, cool, bro. Bathrooms are that way. Whatever. Um, I did play one Pokemon game back in the day on Nintendo 64. I think that's what it was, Pokemon Snap, and it was kind of the same concept. You'd walk around and find Pokemon and take a picture. So they kind of took that thing and put it on mobile. It was okay, but again, wasn't something. It was just more of like passing the time, something easy, something I'm not like challenged by. But yeah, I never understood the Poke cards. The TV show I never got into. So I feel you on that. Yeah, Pokemon
I
is
mean, I thank God my kid never got into Pokemon. So I never had to learn about any of that shit.
it's a lot. I mean, I know more than I probably should, and I'm not even a fan of it really, but there's a lot, bro. There's so much to that franchise.
Yeah, and then like the Game Boy games that they had a few years
Oh,
ago, like the gold and the silver and the this and that.
yeah, the red
Really?
and blue. Which one did you get? That decided this and that. It's like it's a whole culture, and it's cool that there is a culture like that for certain things. Like we all need to, find our niche. But again, there's nothing wrong with not liking that niche. Like, hey, cool, bro, do your thing.
Oh yeah, just like how you and I are into Star Wars and shit. Like if it's got Star Wars labeled on it, I'm all about it. I want to know what it
Yeah,
is. So same thing with people that are into Pokemon. I'm not like shitting on anybody that's into it. I'm, not at all. If that's your thing, that's your thing. That's cool. It's cool to, have deep interest in something like that. I'm just saying it ain't my thing. I got sick of hearing about it. So
yeah, no, I feel you. I'm just trying to say because I don't want people to feel like, oh God, we're hating and this and that. No, like we have a right to our feelings as well. We don't like this. Go ahead, enjoy your fucking self.
yeah,
Like cool,
basically.
rock on, man. But it's not for us. Um, let's see, what else do I got here? I done that one, that one, that one, that one. Oh, well, I think I got one more here. Big one. Now I'm a big Xbox guy. I can't stand Halo. I can't stand it. I've had all the Xboxes. I've tried every Halo. I don't like it. I don't find the story fun for the campaign. The online is like the multiplayer. Like I don't like it. Which is funny because I'm like, hey, it's space type stuff and different weapons, i.e., Star Wars. I should get into this. Nah, bro, I don't like the needler. I don't like the little car you get to drive. I mean, Master Chief's kind of cool, but again, the stories, like the campaign, I never got in. I really tried to finish it multiple times. I've like bought it, sold it, rebought it, sold it, tried the next one, sold it, got the Master Chief collection. That's got all the games. Yeah, cool. I'm gonna do this. No, this sucks. I don't like it. Got rid of it. So yeah, Halo for me. I know a lot of people who freaking love it. It's not for me. Just not. I have fun with it. If I want a first-person shooter, I'm going Call of Duty. Yeah, but yeah, fuck Halo. Sorry.
Yeah, no, Halo's one I never got into either. Again, my son enjoys the Halo games. He's not into them as much as he is, Call of Duty. But for me, like I said, I don't like first-person shooters. They give me, for some reason, first-person shooters give me a really bad headache. I don't know if it's just the camera angles or the camera motion or what, but I cannot sit there and play a first-person shooter. I just can't. So yeah, I definitely feel you on Halo. So let's see. I think this is my last one here, and this is another big franchise that, you know, uh, huge just in video games in general. I played the first one; it was okay, but beyond that, I never saw the big deal. Sonic. The first Sonic on the original Sega Genesis, it was cool. It was obviously kind of a rip off of Mario, but except it's a hedgehog instead of a plumber. Okay, but again, I never saw all the hype around Sonic. Okay, it's a blue hedgehog who can run really fast, but again, it just exploded into all these other avenues and different games, and just too much. Too much oversaturation. I get it, Sonic is to Sega what Mario is to Nintendo. It just in both cases, like, okay, the first game was fine, but you just tried to take it too far.
Again, I can feel you on the fact like it went too far where there's a lot of things like they get Sonic Racing, Sonic this. Um, but I will say I think like Sonic 2 and 3, like they improved kind of like Mario improved on gameplay. Like they didn't get to that too much shit we've been talking about. they added certain things, and the difference for Sonic opposed to Mario was because it was fast,
Mm.
and the levels went up and down. It wasn't just like a linear type
Yeah, it
thing.
wasn't just the side-scrolling thing. It was more all like three-dimensional, I guess you could say.
Yeah, so I mean, I respect your opinion. I love the Sonic games because again, like I'm I'm more of a Sega guy than Nintendo. I'm more of an Xbox than PlayStation. So, but I can understand that, like the viewpoint of a game that you're not interested in, and there's Sonic this, Sonic that, Mario this, Mario that. It's like, okay, look, is there something else you guys are going to put out? And that's kind of the thing that these companies have relied upon certain mascots to keep pushing forward. I mean, hell, Xbox
Mm-hmm.
has got Master Chief. That's what they lean towards. And it's funny, their new system comes out and like, oh yeah, that Master Chief game Halo is delayed. You know, it'll come out sometime. Yeah, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
Like I give a shit.
So yeah,
Um,
that's I think that's all I got. So I'm sure I'm gonna catch some shit for some of my choices.
um, if I may throw out there quickly with no ad libs, games I'm not fans of. Um, Mega Man, Metroid, Devil May Cry, The Last of Us, and honestly, God of War.
Yeah, and I'll throw out there Street Fighter. I never a big Street Fighter fan. I preferred Mortal Kombat. I think with those two, I think yeah, you kind of gotta love one or the other.
Mhm.
I don't think I know anybody that's a huge fan of both. So I've always been more of a Mortal Kombat guy. Street Fighter, eh. you know.
I feel you. Controls are a little different. Mortal Kombat's a lot like back, up, down. Street Fighter is half circle this, half circle that, and home consoles back in the day, half circles were a bitch.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I love gaming. I consider myself a gamer. I'm just not a great gamer. So
Yeah,
yeah,
I'm definitely what you would call a casual gamer. Like I said, I'm very picky about, my games and what I like and what I don't like. So that's, probably why I never got into the big multiplayer online stuff like Call of Duty and Halo and all that kind of stuff. It's like, no, I just want to sit, enjoy my game, do a little campaign, and that's it.
I feel you, and I've kind of directed myself more towards that gaming now. Hence why I do more retro gaming because it's not online. I don't gotta worry about achievements or think about that. I play an old school game from when I was a kid. Makes me feel great.
And if I can
But
throw one more out there that has just become way too complicated over the years, I'm sorry. If I want to play a football game, I just want to play a fucking football game. Madden.
oh man, yeah, the options in the newer Maddens and I play them. It's like you're a fucking football coach. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, because I bought one of the Madden games a couple of years ago when the PS4 first came out. I think it was Madden 20, actually. And, I hadn't played a Madden game since like 95.
mhm.
I'm like, what the fuck is this shit?
Yeah, the amount of options and control you have at the line of scrimmage is like you're an NFL quarterback, which
Yeah.
I get, but also there's a part like I it's too much. Can there just be like the play? Like I said, actually, this evening before recording this video, I was playing Madden NFL 95 on my Sega Genesis, and there was no adjusting the defensive line. They had audibles, but there was no adjusting the coverage. Nothing. You just picked your play, and you played. And again,
Yeah.
there's nothing wrong with playing the newer generations because I played a lot of them, but sometimes simple, like pick a play against a play and go.
Yeah. Give me
Um,
Tecmo Super Bowl.
well, there you go. Yeah, that was complete guessing. I have all those as well. They're amazing. It's yeah.
And again, I want to be clear. We're not like shitting on people who enjoy these games. If you like that level of detail in a sports game, that's awesome. I'm just saying for me personally, it's too much. You know, if I want to play a football game, I just want to pick a play and go. You know that, but
Yeah,
again, casual gamer. There are people. I mean, hell, there are people who make money playing these games,
yeah,
the
millions of dollars a
esports and
year
shit.
doing this.
You know, and more power to them. If that's your thing, do it. You know, I'm not trying to downplay or talk shit about the people who enjoy all this stuff.
No, 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 not my point either. It's you know,
And
I love.
it sucks that we have to clarify so much because you know people will take offense to it, but it is what it is. You know.
Hey, man, everyone's got a right to their own opinion, and like I said, I love sports games. I think they've gotten out of hand. Where even in basketball video games, it's like to do a like drop step, hook shot, like really, like
Yeah,
I play
what happened to
basketball, like
good old fashioned up fake dunk?
yeah, yeah. It again, it's cool. It's just something that we're not into. Call us old,
Yeah, I mean,
whatnot.
I honestly, I think having that level of detail in a video game is awesome. It's just too much for me.
Yeah, I mean,
Is the whole point.
when we were younger and the games as they grew and got detail, it was cool. And not that it's not cool now, but it it's so much detail that it's like just go play the sport sometimes, or like some of these games are 90 100 hours worth of gameplay. It's like, when am I going to complete this game? You know,
Yeah.
there's going to be another game coming out in 2 months and I won't be done with this.
Yeah, exactly. That's my thing too. It's like I guess I don't have the time to commit to playing, you know, like a full football season that's actually going to take 6 months on a video game.
Yeah, if you do full quarters and this and that, I mean, it's it's maddening how real it's become because it takes you away from real life.
Yeah.
Video games used to be an escape, but video games now have become so real where it's like, well, why am I playing this game if everything, like in Red Dead, Assassin's Creed, everything is so real. You bump someone and it's like, hey, why'd you bump me? And it alerts the police. And it's like, well, what the, like, why?
Yeah.
Do
Yeah.
we
So
need to escape? It's not escaping reality. You're making my anxieties even more with some of these games. Like, I can't play this game, man. Fuck.
yeah, no, I'm right there with you, man. But like I said, for the people that do have the time to dedicate to it, and the people that are so dedicated to it, you know, they get into it like that, you know, more power to them. I mean, you know, I've got my shit that I am into like that. So I understand the mentality of being so dedicated to something like that. And you know, I respect that completely.
Yes, totally.
So you got any more, or are we pretty much wrapped up here?
I think we're good for this week, bro. I think we're good. I mean, I'm gonna give a big shout out to me because it's gonna be my birthday. Uh,
Yeah, it is. Well, let's see. This is dropping Thursday, so as of when this drops, your birthday will be tomorrow.
yes, sir. And I'm gonna big 42. Uh,
Getting old, man. Getting old.
and man, I'm just getting fine like wine. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're aging like wine. I'm aging like milk.
Oh, good lord, you cottage cheese, motherfucker.
Fuck that. I ain't getting older. I'm getting better.
There you go, sir. Well, that getting better. That's Tom.
That's Rich.
And this was just another bullshit show.
Thanks for checking it out. See y'all next time.